Hi everyone, my name's Kate Kalthoff and welcome to a Stamping to Share video. Today I'm going to share with you how to recreate this beautiful love card. It can be used for Valentine's Day or you could make it as a special anniversary card. And so we're going to use something from the Occasions catalog called Sealed with Love. This is our 2017 Occasions catalog, and it was one of the stamp sets that I knew I had to get right away. Of course, because of Valentine's Day coming up, but because sometimes I also just like to have a lot of anniversary cards on hand. And you can purchase this with a set of Love Notes framelits. They look like this. And then of course when you purchase that as a set, you save 10%. However, today I'm only using the stamp set, and I'm actually pairing it up with our 6x6 designer series paper called Sending Love. And this particular sheet is the one that I love the most out of this entire paper pack, because you can use our Layering Hearts framelits and cut out 12 hearts absolutely perfectly. So those hearts framelits look like this. You have kind of a more sassy heart that has the curve in it, and then the sweetheart, these are the ones that will cut out these hearts perfectly, and you will use the third largest. So let's go ahead and get started recreating this card. I think you'll enjoy how elegant and how easy it is to recreate this. The first thing that you're going to need is some thick Whisper White paper. This is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, and then I've scored it at 4 1/4. So I'm just going to fold down this score line, and I'll give it with a little press with my bone folder. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to need a panel of real red. This panel of real red is 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to run it through the Big Shot machine with the Falling Petals embossing folder. That looks like this. And now when I first saw this, I thought, well, it doesn't really look like falling petals. It actually looks like falling hearts, because you can see that these are all little heart-shaped pieces that look like they're falling. However, if you turn this around, now you have something that looks like falling petals. And you can see, if you've ever seen Lily of the Valley, these look like those little bell-shaped flowers on Lily of the Valley. Of course, Lily of the Valley is one of my very, very favorite flowers. And so this is kind of a fun embossing folder for me to have. So we are going to just go ahead and glue this onto our paper. Now, if I were using our regular Whisper White, I would not be using the glue, because I wouldn't want the glue to show through on the other side. However, these glue lines will not show through on the other side because we're using our thick Whisper White. And so there's quite a difference. Our thick Whisper White is a much heavier cardstock. Now we're going to go ahead and put a doily right here. And so one of the new items in this catalog are these intricate doilies. And these look a little bit like they're laser cut. They're definitely on a thicker type of paper than what our other doilies are on. So I think they're a little bit easier to work with. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this in half. And there's also something else you should know about these doilies. They have two sides. One side is very vanilla and the other side is Whisper White. So you can choose whichever one you want to work with on your project. I'm going to put the Whisper White to the front, so I'm just going to take a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue, and I'm just dotting the back, and we're going to set this right about here. So a little more than a third of the way down, and we'll just press this on. The next step is to add a strip of Dazzling Diamonds glimmer paper. This is a 1/4 inch strip, and it's 4 inches long, so it will go across the entire front of the card here. So again, I'm going to put this on with a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue. I just love using glue because it's just so very quick and easy to work with, in that I can move this around and make sure that it's exactly where I want it. The next thing that we need to do is we need a circle punch. So this circle punch is 2 inches, and I use my circle punch, and so that was very quick and easy. As you can see, it's crumb cake paper, and we're going to add a couple of dimensionals to the back of this. And once I have my 3 dimensionals on, I'm just going to set this right over the top of this doily, making sure that some of these more intricate pieces are showing through on the bottom. And we'll set that in there. And then we need our heart piece. And as you know, I used the third largest heart from our Layering Hearts framelits. And here it is. So I ran that through the Big Shot machine already. I just used my magnetic plate. I have a cut plate, my paper. I lined up the heart exactly where I wanted it on this sheet of Designer Series paper and ran it through with another cut plate over the top. So we're going to pull this away, and then we are going to go ahead and add some dimensionals to this heart piece. We'll take this heart piece now with the 3 dimensionals on it, and we'll just set it right here on the top of our crumb cake circle, and that is ready to go. Now we're going to take our last little piece here that we need, and what I did is I used the gift card envelope and I made a banner. One of the things that I use the most from this particular set of dies is this banner. Now, of course, you could just cut a 1/2-inch strip of paper and use your scissors to cut a notch, but it's just so quick and easy to use the dies when you have them, and I have them, so I use them. So this is the banner strip that we're going to be stamping on. I'm going to go ahead and get my stamp mat, and I'm going to be using real red ink. So I will ink up my sentiment, which is I love you, and we'll stamp this right here. And then I'm going to add one of these red enamel shapes that you can get in our Brights shape pack, and it doesn't matter which one you add. I'll just add this little bright red dot right here, and then I'm going to take my scissors and I'll just trim this off. It's just a tad longer than I want it to be, and then I can take some glue and we'll just glue this right here onto the bottom left side of our card, and our card is complete. Now, of course, I could go ahead and stamp Happy Valentine's if I want to on the inside panel, or I can leave it blank and use this card for whatever I might need it in the future. So here's the card I just did. Here's the card I had done in advance. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate you. Remember, it's celebration time through March 31st of 2017. So for every $50 increment on your product order, you get to pick one free item from our celebration catalog. Have a great day. Bye-bye.